the shift of time in and the shift of power and the shift of values that are going to be prominent in humanity are going to change, or they're changing, not going to change, they are changing. Okay, so it's a different desperation, because the desperation of existence can cause us to search, and to search where the answer lies. When you are definitely in the work, meaning inside the study of Kabbalah, it's not where it is. It's clear where it is, but the desperation comes from actually being shown that everything that all the tricks and all the cunnings and all the reasons and rationality that the will to receive actually try to impose on the work, on the presence of the higher, even if they don't call it God, is so far away from our vessel at the present, I would say, form or present attitude to actually reach. So the desperation comes from knowing the truth about ourselves, not because we don't have solution. Because we know where the solution lies, we become more desperate because we truly see the gap.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where true need is being born.
Yeah.
And from reality, what is being born is fear. Okay. In Hebrew, desperation is the fire of the power that can, of the power of wisdom that tries to make try to prepare us to be adequate. This is desperation.
Yeah.
In terms of Hebrew, yeah. It's this is why I'm saying it. Surrender, actually, the base of it, like the base of when something released you from slavery, like in Egypt in Passover. It's not that slavery is gone from you. The mentality of slave is still in you, but you could see it. Before that, being a slave was your reality. You didn't see that slavery is in your mentality. You couldn't see it. You could see it outside, or you read it as something that is being imposed on you. And Bala Sulam is saying that the depth of the enslavement of Pharaoh and Egypt, of themselves and of Israel, stemmed from the belief of the people that they have the power to enslave them. This is the true slavery, but only when you out of it. This is where we start the understanding of counting the Omer. When you're out of it, you see how much in your inner formation you're actually still with the thought, with the sentiment of a slave. Okay, so this is why I'm saying it needs differentiation. So the desperation is from knowing the truth about ourselves and about our need for help, not only from each other in terms of creating a meaningful need. It's not a need, it needs to represent a group, represent a true need, not of only the people inside it,
Mm-hmm. Right.
but something that join into a cry or a perception of that that they are representative of the need of humanity to change into something that they were designed to be. Because the moment I don't know if we can say the moment, at the state that humanity as a form of spirit was emanated, it was perfect. It was whole. Yeah. It was as it should be. And what it discovered is the need to choose it and the need to become it. There's a gap in terms of how you were born, not born in terms of what we think born in terms of physical or corporal terms, but really emanated. So we're in a state of discovering the gap between our perfect wholeness state and the state that we are in. But you can discover it only through faith, belief, and the study. Because you have to know far away from what? Not far away from another human ideal or ideology. This is the differentiation between the sort of powerlessness of our reality and desperation. In desperation, inside the work, you still have what to do. When you're powerless, or you are in a state of impotency in our life, the desperation is the lack of hope that I can do something, or something can be done about it. Okay. In the desperation is actually, one can say, setting yourself on the middle line. It's the only truth that actually we have any access to is the truth about ourselves, not the truth about something outside of ourselves or about the Creator. It's the truth about ourselves in relation to the idea and reality of the Creator. Not in terms of whether this system or social system is working well or not. And there is another huge sort of, if we will change or will coach ourselves in the whole idea of New Age is that I have the power to change myself. I have the power to become happy. That's bullshit in terms of work. You don't. Okay, you can sort of find yourself in a more comfortable zone in the light that percolates our existence. So you can feel better about yourself, but really it's nothing to do with how to relate, or the truth about the non-relationship or the non-attitude or the non-realization of the Creator in our life. So actually the battle is on many fronts, okay, inside the work. But inside the work, so if there is a sense of someone brought you into a lesson, into the ecology of study, the first thing that the first expression of realizing what actually was given to us must be thanksgiving, gratitude.
Yeah.
And understanding that it's a call from above. Now, if it's a call from above, how actually my side treats it, how it can treat in terms of what kind of an attitude, what kind of relation, what kind of prayer, quest, asking need to be born out of it. Because it needs to be that I have a value for it, and that I want to enter it, and I want to be in service to it. To be in partnership with that which was offered to me, I need to know the terms, the terms of work. The terms of work is a kingdom of priests, meaning kingdom that do not, of people, of consciousness that have no benefit for themselves. The benefit is the actual, the benefit and the price, one can say, is the fact that they can be included in service, in work. That they are included. So I know that there is a huge gap between, if we look at how we treat the study and the actuality of what the study offers. And we need to close this gap every time we come to it. And that is actually the root of surrender. So it has an admission, gratitude, and a need. And you have 3 lines. Admission, gratitude, and need. Admission is left, gratitude is right, and need comes from coming closer to the purpose. So in each state of our order of the work, you have 3 lines. But this is just to speak about surrender and the forming of the prayer, which is a true need. What is true need? True need is not status or deficit in our bank account, or deficit even in well-being. It has to do we have to define true need inside the terms of the work, not the terms of our existence. If we don't define it inwardly like that, we experience a lot of pressure from outside, but we cannot translate it. And therefore we become powerless. Inside the work, you're not powerless. You can pray. You can work.